Justice with Judge Mablean will be life, because in everything we do, it involves the law. You came to court to testify about what you heard, what you saw, and what you know.
She's fair.
I don't have a hearing problem. This ear works good. This one works even better.
She's firm.
I'm not responsible for their ticket, and I'm not going to pay for it.
Who says you're not going to pay for it? I make that decision, not you.
She's honest.
What you have to say?
All I have to
Nothing.
say.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean. Nora Parker is suing Sidney Rogers in the amount of $3,245. Ms. Parker claims her house was damaged and it's Ms. Rogers' fault. Ms. Rogers claims she's not responsible for the plaintiff's negligence.
All rise. Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Court is now in session with the Honorable Judge Mablean presiding.
You may be seated. The matter of Nora Parker versus Sidney Rogers. Ms. Parker suing for $3,245 for damages caused to your house by a hoverboard catching on fire. So now, Ms. Parker, start telling me the truth.
I've known Sidney for 9 years. Our daughters are in 8th grade together and good friends until Sidney refused to pay for the damages done to my home by her daughter's hoverboard, which caught fire in my living room.
How did that happen?
It was being charged in the living room. The girls had played with it outside. Her daughter was over for a sleepover. I sent them upstairs, plugged in the hoverboard, made dinner. We had a lovely dinner. As I was cleaning up dinner and the girls were upstairs, I heard this loud pop, and I ran into the living room, and my curtains were ablaze, and I yelled, "Fire!" My husband came running in, and we were able to put the fire out with a fire extinguisher, but not before tons of damage was done to my drapes and my carpet, and there was smoke damage everywhere.
You own the home?
I do.
Where's the homeowner's insurance?
Well, I did place a claim, and the claim was denied.
Why?
I can't tell you why. I just know that
They didn't give you a reason?
They said that they do not cover hoverboards because of somehow they're saying it is an outdoor vehicle, or it is not considered an in-house property. So it's not a part of the house, it's part of exterior.
It was an accident.
It was an accident.
You have fire insurance for accidents that occur in your home by someone else.
I wish that I could make the insurance company pay me the $32.45, but I can't. So I'm asking Sidney to pay for it. It was her daughter's toy, not mine.
Who plugged it up in the living room?
I did.
Okay.
Judge?
Yes.
I give very clear instructions with my daughter before
You're
purchasing.
talking about 13 or 12-year-olds, something like that?
14.
14-year-olds?
Yeah.
Okay. So you took her over to the house, and she took her hoverboard with her?
That's right. And before purchasing for her, I told her, this is your responsibility. Wherever you take this, it's your responsibility, because there are clear instructions when charging not to overcharge it and not to leave it unattended, like a lot of electrical appliances.
Judge Mablean,
like
we
your
were
cell
Hold on a second.
phone.
Hold on.
Like even a cell phone nowadays, you can't leave unattended when charging. So she had clear instructions.
Who's she?
My daughter, Maya.
Okay, your daughter had clear instructions.
That's right.
Did you tell Miss Parker those instructions?
I asked Maya to relay those instructions.
You asked your 14-year-old to relay.
That's right.
Who dropped her off?
I did.
So if you dropped your daughter off at your friend's house and you know there's this danger with the hoverboard and she's going to stay there and the hoverboard's going to stay there with her, why wouldn't you talk to the adult?
At the time I purchased the hoverboard, it wasn't as a prominent issue. There was very clear instructions on the box, though. Do not overcharge, do not leave unattended, which my daughter promised me, she swore, she relayed to both Lee,
Come on, you're
Nora's
talking
daughter.
about a 14-year-old. You're the parent.
That's right.
You're going to allow your daughter to take something to someone's house that there is a danger that it could catch fire, and you wouldn't take a minute, less than a minute, to tell this person that?
Well, Your Honor, my daughter is very responsible, and I do believe her when she said that she relayed that message. And as you said yourself, it was an accident.
It was an accident. But both of you were negligent. You were negligent in that you didn't know about and didn't read and understand about hoverboards. You were negligent in that you did not tell her. How much does it take?
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
You're going to allow your daughter to take something to someone's house that there is a danger that it could catch fire, and you wouldn't take a minute, less than a minute, to tell this person that?
And later,
You don't have exceptions to weather conditions. Suppose there was no snowstorm warning.
We probably should, but we still require 72 hours.
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Nora Parker, who is suing Sydney Rogers for property damage.
You're going to allow your daughter to take something to someone's house that there is a danger that it could catch fire, and you wouldn't take a minute, less than a minute, to tell this person that?
Well, Your Honor, my daughter is very responsible, and I do believe her when she said that she relayed that message. And as you said yourself, it was an accident. It was an accident that was not my fault per se, and not my daughter's fault per se. And I feel that she is, you know, it's being taken personally.
It's not being taken personal. You're taking it personally. What she said is my house was damaged. It was damaged by your daughter's hoverboard. It was damaged because it caught fire, because I was charging it up so your daughter and my daughter could use it again. It was an accident. But both of you were negligent. You were negligent in that you didn't know about and didn't read and understand about hoverboards. You were negligent in that you did not tell her. How much does it take to warn someone, especially your friend, and your daughter and your child is leaving the toy there? Look, you can't take a chance like that, because the house could have caught on fire and they all burned.
I understand.
And you're going to leave that responsibility to your daughter?
I believe, as an adult and a responsible parent, that you wouldn't leave any electronic device charging
please,
for
as an adult and a responsible parent, people leave electronic devices plugged up all the time. Curling irons, irons that you iron with, washing machines, computers, all kind of stuff, responsible adults. She was in the kitchen cooking and she plugged the hoverboard up. She didn't go to bed. She hadn't even gone to bed. Thank God.
There is a charging limit of 3 hours, and
who knows all that?
it's on the box.
What box?
The box that it comes
Did your
in.
daughter have the box?
I believe she did, yeah.
You believe she did.
it
You can't even tell
transports.
me emphatic.
It
And so it's her
transports in the
responsibility to
box.
read it. Come on, Miss Rogers. It's not a personal thing. I can't even see how you're a friend and you won't accept any responsibility for that.
My daughter was asked to bring the toy because Lee does not have one.
Because the children wanted to play with the hoverboard, and that's what children do. They share their toys. And all you could have done was told her, I am going to hold you responsible for at least half, because I believe that both of you were irresponsible. Both of you are to blame. Both of you are adults. You should have read or asked or whatever, since you didn't know anything about that hoverboard and the danger involved with it. And fortunately, you guys weren't asleep, and it didn't set the house on fire in the middle of the night while you were gone to sleep. So thank goodness that you plugged it up while you were still in the kitchen preparing dinner. But you have a responsibility. No, don't raise your hand to me, because you're not going to convince me. You were negligent as a parent. You were negligent. You could have killed that entire family and your daughter. Do you not realize that?
Of course, Your
And so
Honor.
you still stand here and say, I didn't have the responsibility to tell her?
I also suggested
Please.
the
Get out.
manufacturer company.
Hush.
It's the manufacturer
Pay the woman
company.
half the money. What is half of that? 2, 3, 1, 6, 2, 2, 5, 0. 1, 6, 2, 2, 5, 0. Pay her.
All rise.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,622.50.
It's up to us to be the responsible adults for the safety of our children.
If you cared about the safety of our children, you wouldn't have left a hoverboard unattended.
Coming up,
Just tell me. It snowed. Snowed. How many inches?
3 feet.
3 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. Sharon Gilmore. is suing Morris DJ Fuzzy D Daniels in the amount of $375. Ms. Gilmore claims she canceled Mr. Morris's DJ service, and he refused to refund all of her money. Mr. Morris claims the plaintiff did not submit her cancellation in time. Therefore, she doesn't deserve a refund.
This is the matter of Sharon Gilmore versus Morris Daniels, and you're suing Mr. Daniels for $375, asking for a refund from your deposit for a birthday party for your daughter, right?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
So tell me what happened.
Okay. So I booked DJ Fuzzy D for my kid's birthday party. She was turning 5 years old, and I decided that I had to do it big. It was a milestone, and we celebrate birthdays.
A milestone?
Yes.
At 5?
Well, 5, 10, 16.
Okay. So you book a DJ for a 5-year-old?
Well, he's a DJ and a clown. He's a hip-hop magician. The kids go crazy. He plays current hip-hop songs, and then he makes money disappear from behind their ear. They go crazy for him. They love him.
Can you give me an example?
Not right now, Your Honor.
Oh, you can't do it, huh?
No, not
Can't do
right
it
now.
on the spot?
No.
You have to
not good
prepare
on the spot.
for it?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
You're not a real magician.
Yes, I am.
All right, so now you book hip-hop DJ, 5-year-old, doing it big for her. So apparently this party is where? At your home?
It is.
All right. And where do we live? What part of the world?
I'm from Bmore, Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay, so this is in Baltimore.
Yes.
And it was for a weekend, weekday, what?
It was a weekend. It was a Saturday. And the kids, almost all of the kids have a birthday party. It is a different birthday party every week. So I wanted to make sure, it becomes competitive, but I wanted to make sure she had a very nice party. She was great.
So what time of year was this?
This was January, the end of January.
Oh,
Yeah.
snow in Baltimore.
And I was actually
Exactly.
surprised that he was able to do it because I had only booked him like a couple weeks before. He was in high demand with all the kids at school. So.
All right, so what happened?
Okay, so I spoke to his assistant. I told her that I would like to book him. She quoted me a price of $600. I was fine with that. She told me that I had to put a deposit of $375. I was fine with that. I gave her my credit card. She charged it for $375. I have a receipt right here.
I don't think it's disputed. You paid. She deposited $375.
She
right?
did. Yeah, she
Okay,
gave
I
the
don't need to see it.
$375 deposit.
Okay. So after I gave her the deposit, she let me know the date we agreed on. And basically what happened was a week prior to the party, she called me and said that there was a big snowstorm coming, that the news reports had came and that the mayor had made an announcement that there was going to be a huge snowstorm. So she gave me the option of canceling a week prior to the party. Now, it's very hard to reschedule a birthday party for a child that's turning because they don't want to have it, a month, 2 months down.
No. You don't want to have it.
No,
and
Your
Most of the
Honor.
5-year-olds don't even realize they'll have a birthday party anytime. They have a birthday party now. So you didn't cancel it.
Right, so I told her that we would just go forward on with the party. We would have it the day of.
And you take your chances with the snow.
And I would take my chances with
Hoping
the
the
snow.
weatherman would be incorrect.
Well, this is the thing, Your Honor. In Baltimore, they say this every single winter. They say it almost every week. They say, oh, it's going to be 5 feet of snow, and it's just like 5 inches of snow.
But it's all a prediction, right?
It's a prediction.
So
that
what
is
if the
always-
prediction is right?
It's almost never right.
Almost never.
Almost
so
never.
you played the
I had
odds
good
game.
odds. I had
All
great
right.
odds.
You played the odds game.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then what happened?
Okay, so basically the
It snowed.
day,
Just tell me. It snowed. Snowed. How many inches?
3 feet.
3 feet of snow.
Yeah.
Coming up,
You have the option of rescheduling or canceling. Make sure it's 72 hours prior to your
Honor,
party.
she wanted you to-
No.
you're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Sharon Gilmore, who is suing Morris DJ Fuzzy D Daniels for $375.
So what happened, Mr. Daniels?
Well, like she said, she gave a $375 deposit. My assistant, which is also my daughter, we were trying to accommodate her because my daughter actually contacted her and told her that there was a snowstorm that was
then
coming.
your daughter contacted her. Let your daughter tell me.
Okay. Well,
And then it won't have to be hearsay. What's your name?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Chanel. I spoke with Miss Gilmore Tuesday before the party. The party was
So
on
how many days is that before the party?
It's like 3-4 days.
Because the
It was on a
party is
Tuesday.
set for Saturday?
Yes, ma'am. It was set for Saturday. So I spoke with her and I was like, hey, Miss Gilmore, there's a storm coming, and I want to go ahead and just extend this courtesy to you. You have the option of rescheduling or canceling. Make sure it's 72 hours prior to your party.
No.
And when I told her that, she said,
she cut you off. Reschedule or canceling?
Yes, ma'am.
And make sure it's
72 hours prior to her party.
You were almost at 72 hours on Tuesday.
Yes, ma'am, but I spoke to her on Tuesday.
Okay.
And when I gave her that information, she said she was going to go ahead and keep the party because so many people traveled out and that her child's father was in town, and that was the only time that he would be there.
You don't have exceptions to weather conditions? Suppose there was no snowstorm warning.
Well, I mean, we probably should, but we still require 72 hours. I mean, if there was going to be a snowstorm, I mean, the weatherman could have predicted a snowstorm.
My question to you is, suppose there is no prediction of snowstorm. There's a prediction that the weather will be good this weekend. Then, Saturday morning, you wake up, unbeknown to everyone, caught off guard, unusual weather pattern, global warming, da-da-da-da-da. It's snowing Saturday morning. You still can't cancel?
Well, she could, and we were trying to accommodate her.
No, you're missing my scenario. I'm going on an if, suppose. I'm giving you not what happened. I'm giving you an if scenario.
Your Honor, if that would have happened, we gave her the option of rescheduling.
You don't understand me either. Go on, keep talking.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
When you have these contracts that are non-cancelable, but everything when it comes down to weather conditions with that are totally out of people's control, you have to have an exception.
The issue wasn't us like rescheduling. We were trying to accommodate her
what did
by
you offer her?
rescheduling. Well, we tried to reschedule her for the following week.
Just for 1 week out?
Well, yeah, we were trying to accommodate her because she said she had family in town. It was the only time that her baby daddy was going to be in town. So
Your
we
Honor,
were just
that's
trying to
not
accommodate
true.
her.
Okay, so did they offer you the following week?
They offered me the following month.
When people are in business, they have the right to set the terms of their business and how they run it. You can't go in there and decide and tell them what's reasonable and unreasonable for you. He said, ma'am, I'll give you next week. You said I want next year, but then you didn't say that till Wednesday. You're trying to negotiate. You gambled and lost.
Exactly.
It's like the bet in Vegas. Once you make the bet, you gamble, you win some, you lose some. You lost some. You lost $375.
Yes.
Judgment for the defendant.
All rise.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's case has been dismissed.
The snowstorm was out of my control. You could have let me reschedule.
I tried to accommodate you, but the policy is you have to reschedule within a year.
This has been a production of